From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Tuesday morning. I hope everyone had a fantastic start to the work week. Bottom line for the forecast, more hazy sunshine in the forecast through Wednesday at least. Some of that could get cleared out with gusty winds coming back for Thursday, and highs staying between 75 to 85 for lower elevations through next Monday at least. Right now you're taking a live beautiful look at all the city lights down below in Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. Temperatures this morning not as chilly as yesterday morning, but still 40s and 50s out there, so all this will need some sort of jacket. Here's your day planner forecast for this Tuesday for lower elevations, low to mid 60s around lunchtime, and then 70s and 80s for the warmest part of the day. Will be a few degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. And speaking of the haze, I'll show you the origin point of that. Both of the fires burning in the Cascades. Updates on both of those fires coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, one person killed, several others hurt in a crash on Highway 12. It happened in Pasco. We're going to let you know what troopers say led up to the deadly collision. And crews continuing to battle those fast-moving wildfires in Chelan County. Major road closures and evacuation orders in place. Coming up, we'll fill you in on the latest on these firefighting efforts, and we'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth on what crews can expect as they move forward today. And need to file a police report but don't want to wait for a deputy? Well, there's a new way to do it in Benton County. We're going to tell you all about it coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now, Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott. Jessica has the morning off, and we start this morning again with a fire watch as crews continue to battle the Labor Mountain and Lower Sugarloaf fires in Chelan County. Strong dry winds yesterday pushed those flames east towards Highway 97, forcing closures between milepost 149 and 178. That stretch of Blewett Pass still remains shut down this morning. Right now, no estimated time for when they're going to reopen that portion of the roadway. Now, evacuation levels also increased with go now orders in place for Chaser Creek Road, King Creek Road, and Culver Creek Road. American Red Cross Shelter has opened up at the Warehouse Community Church in Initat. Firefighters now focusing today on defensive firing operations in the Beverly Creek drainage. Other crews are preparing additional control lines near Bear Creek and Chaser Creek. Structure protection remains a priority for nearby communities, including Valley High and Camas. Now, a community meeting will be held tonight at 6 o'clock at the Initat School District, and it'll also be streamed live on the Lower Sugarloaf Fire Facebook page. So for the very latest, we want to check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth, kind of breaking down what the winds and the weather conditions might mean for firefighting efforts today as they continue to try to battle these blazes.
Yeah, Jade, it's going to be a little bit breezy up in the Cascades once again for today, so that is not good news. By the way, this is the Lower Sugarloaf fire. This one's burning further up into Chelan County. We're more so focused, at least right now, on the Labor Mountain fire, as it's still burning in portions of Kittitas County. Look at the eastern flank of the fire. This is the one that really blew up on Sunday, and over the past 24 hours, looks like there's been a ton of fire activity on this eastern flank of the fire. So that's continuing. Acreage now is approaching 12,000 and containment still stuck at 7%. Level 3 go now evacuation still in place. You can find an interactive map of this at chelangis.maps.arcgis.com. Okay, then the other fire that we're tracking, this one not in Kittitas County, it's in Yakima County, the Wildcat fire. And we started to see this one flaring up again yesterday. And it's that northeastern flank of the fire. This is getting closer and closer and closer to Goose Prairie. Containment over the weekend unfortunately dropped down to 7%. So those level 2 B-set evacuations in place for Goose Prairie and for Bumping River Road. If these get upgraded, of course, we'll let you know, and I'll show you some of the wind gusts that are coming back for today. They'll be even stronger for Thursday, unfortunately. So I'll talk about that coming up a little bit later in the show.
Josh, thanks so much. 5:04 now, turning to a crime alert out of Kennewick, where police are investigating a shooting that happened around 8 o'clock last night. It happened on the 1500 block of 4th Avenue, right near Quincy Street. Witnesses heard an argument between a group of people, then gunshots. At least one person was rushed to the hospital with a police escort. Their condition unknown this morning. A police drone was up in the air and searching for suspects in this shooting, who we're told reportedly ran from the area. Streets were blocked off to traffic, and crime scene tape wrapped around a number of blocks as police were on scene. You can see it there on your screen right now, video from that scene. Streets have since been cleared, but the investigation continues still this morning. And a Washington State University football player was shot during an off-campus party. It happened early Sunday morning. Authorities now saying that the suspect is claiming self-defense, according to his attorney. You're looking at the student athlete who was shot, 20-year-old. This is a student athlete, but 20-year-old Ja'Cory Buchanan, the University of Washington student, says he fired the shot while protecting another person who was seriously injured. Buchanan's attorney now saying this morning he's working on turning himself in. The victim, that's who you see on your screen right now, WSU offensive lineman Sone Falaleo. He was shot in the stomach and did undergo surgery. They're saying that surgery was successful, and he has since been released from the hospital. He's expected to make a full recovery, and Pullman police say this shooting happened just before 2 a.m. at the Aspen Heights Apartments. Again, this would have been right after the Apple Cup football game. Court documents indicate that Buchanan now faces 1st and 4th degree assault charges, and a felony warrant has been issued for his arrest. Again, his attorney claiming that he does plan to turn himself in. Police say Falaleo intervened when Buchanan allegedly assaulted a woman at that party, and that's when the altercation turned violent. Authorities are continuing to search for Buchanan and are asking anyone with information on this shooting to come forward. Turning now to the roadways, Washington State Patrol say they are investigating a hit-and-run crash that happened near Burbank city limits. It happened early yesterday morning. Troopers say this all took place on State Route 124 near Milepost 2. They say a car making a left turn was hit from behind, and the driver who caused that crash took off. The victim, a 52-year-old man and a 44-year-old woman, were both taken to the hospital with injuries, and that suspect vehicle has yet to be located. And a deadly crash shut down part of Highway 12 in Pasco yesterday afternoon. Troopers say a westbound vehicle turned onto Sacagawea Park Road and then was hit by an oncoming car. The troopers say that the passenger in the eastbound vehicle, 63-year-old Tammy Bench of Burbank, passed away at the scene. 2 others were hurt. We don't have an update on their conditions this morning. The driver who made the turn was also taken to the hospital and cited for failure to yield. Investigators say they don't believe drugs or alcohol played a factor in the crash. And in Benton County, the Sheriff's Office has launched a new online reporting system, making it easier for residents and businesses to file certain non-emergency police reports. They say eligible reports will include misdemeanor crimes like fraud, fireworks, or harassing phone calls. And they say the process is simple. Users select the type of crime, follow guided prompts, and submit the report. Deputies will then review it, and once approved, a case number will be issued to that reporting party. Now, deputies are still available in person through dispatch, but the Sheriff's Office says that this new option gives the community a faster, more convenient way to report certain crimes. And sticking with the Benton County Sheriff's Office this morning, the team has a 4-legged partner with a very special skill, helping investigators track down hidden electronics. Since November, Blaze has been a part of the Sheriff's Office, and she's already been deployed more than 30 times across the state. Now, she's trained to detect the odor found in electronic storage components, meaning she can sniff out SIM cards, SD cards, hard drives, iPads, even key fobs. Deputies say she's typically brought in after detectives finish their search, acting as a second set of eyes or nose to make sure that nothing is missed and that major crimes and internet crimes against children cases are handled properly.
Electronics is becoming so much more sophisticated. It's smaller, it's easier to hide. You know, the size of a SIM card, you can put a gigabyte of information on or more.
Now, deputies say Blaze is already proving to be a powerful tool in building stronger cases for the Sheriff's Office. And she's a cutie. All right, 5:09. Still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. President Trump taking the global stage today at the United Nations General Assembly, addressing world leaders, weighing in on conflicts from Ukraine to Gaza, and outlining his vision for America's role abroad. We have the full breakdown of that meeting coming up in your national headlines after the break. Also giving you that live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. When we come back, we're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He's going to have a look at your first alert forecast and what we can expect on this Tuesday morning. It's 5:09. We're back right after this.
Wow. New Swiffer Mop Deluxe is made for small spaces. For clean, even Mom approves of.
That's new.
Just grab a pad and go. The built-in solution traps dirt and locks it away.
Wow, still white.
The upgraded strip has 75% more scrubbing power.
Still clean.
And with the new locking head, getting into tight spaces is simple.
Can I borrow it?
The all-new Swiffer Mop Deluxe, the mother of all cleans.
It's the 3-degree guarantee from Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather and Legends Casino Hotel. When Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth gets the high within 3 degrees, $25 is put in the jackpot. If he misses, someone wins. From Legends Casino Hotel and Apple Valley News Now.
Dear crew, with an adult-sized third row, everyone's welcome. From sports fans and eco buffs to movie fans. Slip in, stretch out, and let's go. Toyota.
Right now, you can lease a new adventure-ready 2025 RAV4 for just $299 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
The new iPhone 17 Pro is finally here. And at US Cellular, it's easier than ever to get it on us with no trade-in.
Wow, the new iPhone 17 Pro is thrilling.
It even has the ultimate Pro camera system.
Oh, that's even more thrilling.
You don't have to trade in your old phone, so there's nothing stopping you from getting the new iPhone.
Nice. I kind of wish someone would stop me, though, so I can get the new iPhone.
Thanks for riding.
No, thank you.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
You give Morgan Guillory a puzzle, she won't stop thinking about it until it's solved.
I'm Morgan. I work with the cops. I see the world a little differently.
Did you just try and chase after a sports car?
It was an instinct.
This might be the best day of my life.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures. We start off in Kittitas County, 46 for Snoqualmie Pass, 43 in Ellensburg, 50 in Vantage. Then in the Yakima Valley, 40s and 50s, 51 for Sela, 43 in Yakima, 48 for Union Gap. For the Lower Columbia Basin, all of us in the 40s, 45 for the Tri-Cities, 47 for Mesa, 46 in Connell, and then most of us in the 40s in the foothills, a few exceptions to that, 50 for Heppner, 53 for Walla Walla, then 30s, 40s, and 50s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. Here's your CodeCast on this Tuesday in the Tri-Cities. A light jacket weather through 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Then it's going to be T-shirt weather as it's going to feel very comfortable out there for the warmest part of the day. Around 80 degrees, a few degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. A lot of sunshine, and it's going to be hazy sunshine once again. So let's take a look at futurecast surface smoke. It's going to be a lot like this over the next couple of days. A lot of light smoke for a lot of us, but the thickest smoke is obviously going to be immediately downwind of the Labor Mountain fire, the Lower Sugarloaf fire. With winds today in the Cascades coming out of the south and east, that's going to push the thickest smoke away from us, but still dealing with some light smoke and haze, and we'll have to deal with that for the next couple of days. Now, winds picking up as we head into Thursday, so that's going to thin out a lot of this, but it could hurt with containment efforts of both of those fires. In fact, all three of the fires were tracking up in the Cascades. So I'll talk more in depth about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 5:14 now. Looking to your national headlines this morning. Today, President Trump is in New York, and he'll be delivering a foreign policy speech before the United Nations General Assembly. He is set to speak this morning at 9:50 Eastern Time, and this all comes as France joins several of America's closest allies in formally recognizing a Palestinian state. Now this morning, we turn to Nicole D'Antonio for the details.
This morning, President Trump prepares to address hundreds of world leaders at the United Nations General Assembly in New York. The president is expected to slam globalist institutions in his speech while making the case for his administration's foreign policy record, which has seen a significant reduction in foreign aid.
President Trump will deliver a major speech touting the renewal of American strength around the world.
The president is also expected to hit on the wars in Ukraine and Gaza while pushing for peace. The UN General Assembly has repeatedly condemned Russia's actions in Ukraine. On Monday, Poland's foreign minister had a blunt warning for Russia following drone incursions earlier this month.
We know you don't care for international law and you are incapable of living in peace with your neighbors. Your insane nationalism contains a lust for domination that will not cease until you realize that the age of empires is over and that your empire will not be rebuilt.
It comes as France joins a growing number of key allies, including Britain, Canada, and Australia, now formally recognizing a Palestinian state.
Le temps est venu.
French President Emmanuel Macron saying the time for peace has come between Israelis and Palestinians, adding we can no longer wait. But Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu slamming the decision, saying there will be no Palestinian state. President Trump also opposes recognizing a Palestinian state, but says he wants to find a diplomatic solution.
And now, according to the president's schedule, which I have pulled up right here, he is expected to hold a bilateral meeting with the UN Secretary General and leaders of Ukraine, Argentina, and the European Union. That meeting will take place, a number of them, starting at 11:10 Eastern, and then another one at 1 p.m. Eastern, then set to hold a multilateral meeting at 2:30 Eastern, and then set to give remarks at the UN Nations Leader Reception this evening at 7:20 Eastern. And then later this week, he will welcome the president of Turkey to the White House. Of course, it will continue to follow those updates. All right, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, checking back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth as we give you that live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 5:17, and when we come back, we'll get your full First Alert forecast.
I have prepared a Thomas's breakfast for you to savor together.
Thanks, Tom. Hey, are English muffins from England?
Heavens, no. They're from the pantry.
Are you from England?
Nay, I am also from the pantry. Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
The Inland Northwest is a vibrant community, rich in tradition and pride. And Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like nitrates, bacteria, and PFAS. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
The federal tax credit ends soon. Now's the time to get a great deal on a Ford Mustang Mach-E or F-150 Lightning. They're perfect for visiting friends across town or road trips across the country. And with the Ford Power Promise, get a complimentary home charger and standard installation. Save big on these all-electric vehicles that are smooth, fast, and fun. The federal tax credit ends soon. Get a great deal on a Ford Mustang Mach-E or F-150 Lightning. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Yet another toothpaste that does not whiten. Girl, this one works.
Basic toothpaste stops at the top. Crest goes deeper to dissolve the bonds that hold stains to teeth for whiter teeth in one day. Crest.
Are you one of the millions of Americans who suffer from an upset stomach after a big meal? Try Pepto-Bismol. Unlike some products, Pepto coats and soothes your digestive system to provide fast 5-symptom relief. Stock up on Pepto today.
Do it all with Steel Battery.
Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking Steel tools. Hurry into your local Steel dealer or shop online.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. A lot of hazy sunshine across the map for today, just like with yesterday. And high temperatures going to resemble yesterday as well, maybe a few degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. 70s and 80s for lower elevations. Looks like we'll be in the 60s and 70s up in the mountains. Winds not that much of a factor for today, except for in the Cascades. Could be a little bit breezy, and of course that's going to work against containment efforts of the Wildcat Fire, the Lower Sugarloaf Fire, and the Labor Mountain Fire as well. Then for tonight, more hazy skies out there. Overnight lows going to be down into the 40s and 50s for all of us, so very similar to what we're seeing for this morning. And the wind gusts, thankfully, going to calm down in the Cascades. Could be a little bit breezy in the Blues. And then for tomorrow, kind of the same deal, a little bit breezy in the Blues. For the rest of us, light wind, so that could allow firefighters to get the upper hand, at least temporarily. But then wind gusts going to come back with a vengeance on Thursday. And at this point, gusts up around 30 miles per hour in the Cascades, around 40 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley. So that will not help out with the containment efforts of any of those fires. We'll warm things up in the Tri-Cities over the next handful of days. Highs ending up around 84, 85 for Wednesday and Thursday. And then wind gusts picking up on Thursday as temperatures go down. You see about a 10-degree drop off between Thursday and Friday, back into the mid-70s in the Tri-Cities. But after that, warming things up and then cooling it off. So, some ebbs and flows to the high temperatures over the next 7 days. Rain chances are going to be, well, for lower elevations, non-existent through Sunday. A little shower chance in the Cascades for Sunday. Maybe some more widespread chances for rainfall by Monday. Here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Gusty weather comes back on Thursday, hopefully making the skies a little less hazy in the short term. In Yakima, a warm and dry forecast through Sunday, then a 30% chance of rain on Monday. In Ellensburg, winds picking up to around 40 miles per hour on Thursday, then calmer winds into the weekend. For Hermiston, keeping the forecast dry with 70s and 80s through Sunday, perhaps some showers to start next week. And finally, in Walla Walla, keeping those summer vibes through the weekend, maybe a little more like fall with a chance of rain on Monday.
Thanks, Josh. 522, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Oh, I don't like really any of that. It looked like a horror movie set, but it was actually a downtown banger. How Stephen King's hometown pulled out all the spooky stops to celebrate the author's 78th birthday. It's coming up in your entertainment headlines.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Much to the delight of our customers, John Gray now brings you Gray's Pizza and Bar, your new favorite spot in Grandview for great foods and good times. Busy day? No worries. Call ahead and order your favorite pizza to go. Quick, easy pickup, slices, salads, and soft drinks. Lunch made simple with our Monday to Friday quick lunch special. Students get $1 off every pizza slice, and school staff enjoy 10% off their orders Monday through Friday until 4 p.m. Gray's Pizza and Bar. Great deals, great eats right here in Grandview. Come see us today.
We are primed for an SEC showdown.
The SEC on ABC, Saturdays.
Saturdays on Apple Valley News Now. Sponsored locally by Prosser Orthopedic Center. This is how we care.
floor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Experience the magic of historic downtown Prosser from September 25th to 28th with the Balloon Rally and Street Painting Festival. Watch talented artists bring the streets to life with vibrant chalk art starting Thursday night. Join us Saturday for the grand reveal of the stunning street chalk masterpieces, followed by the mesmerizing night glow of the Balloon Rally. It's a weekend full of color, creativity, and community spirit you won't want to miss. Mark your calendars and come celebrate with us in historic downtown Prosser.
Head to Queensgate Gardens in Richland for some fall family fun. Explore our corn and hay bale maze, zoom down the dump truck slide, and try our pumpkin archery. Get creative with pumpkin painting, play laser tag, and enjoy our U-Pick flower fields. Make fall memories at Queensgate Gardens in Richland.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
Welcome back, 525. In your entertainment headlines this morning, it was a terrifying good time in Stephen King's home state of Maine over the weekend.
People dressed up as characters straight out of King's horror novels to celebrate the author's 78th birthday. We turn now to Colby Caldwell, who has the story.
No, this isn't a scene from a horror flick. This is downtown Bangor, celebrating Stephen King's 78th birthday. Columbia Street in Bangor was turned into a creepy carnival, terrifying guests with homages to King's work. Attendees were enthralled by all the spooky sights, including their fellow fans.
It's amazing. So many people already around. I'm one of many Pennywises I've already seen.
It's been just really cool to get to know different people and to be able to dress up on a different day than Halloween and to really celebrate Stephen King. It's been incredible.
Stephen King, being a Maine native, based much of his work on the state. Here in his home city of Bangor, attendees couldn't be more thrilled about the representation.
Maine is usually known for blueberries and lobster, but I love being known for Stephen King more than anything.
I think it makes Bangor feel special because otherwise we can feel like such a just rural, out-of-the-way place. People don't know about us, but I've gone all over to so many different countries and people all know Stephen King, and then they get to know about Maine too and about Bangor especially.
While he may be world famous, the folks back home cherish him dearly.
King is very community-oriented. King has given so much back to his fans, to the world, to Bangor.
Stephen King's like the heart of our town, and I love him so much.
Well, everybody's a volunteer. Nobody is getting paid, and they're just here because they all love Stephen King. They love what he has done for this community.
Not only is he an inspiration and has made people feel like things are possible that maybe wouldn't be otherwise, but he's also helped us so much.
This is just my way of saying thank you. Thank you for pretty much a lifelong adventure.
Happy birthday to Stephen.
Happy birthday, Steve. Happy birthday, Stephen King.
It's really hard for me to take them seriously. A meat cleaver through your head.
Cleaver headband and blood on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was sweet in a spooky kind of way.
Yeah. I don't miss the fact that I wasn't invited.
Yeah? That wasn't your crowd?
No.
Oh, I never would have guessed that.
No, the Pennywise, nope. But I love that for them. And I love that they're celebrating him in his hometown. It's fantastic.
Yeah, good on you, Maine.
Yeah, exactly. All right, more entertainment headlines this morning. The filming of the newest Spider-Man movie has had a rough start. Just on Friday, actor Tom Holland got a mild concussion in an incident on set of the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day.
No one else was injured. Holland will take a break from filming as a precaution and resume work in a few days. The filmmakers are set to meet Monday to plan next steps.
The movie started production in August and is expected to hit theaters next July. Wish him a speedy recovery.
Get well soon, Tom.
Yeah. All right, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Hot air is in the forecast. The Great Prosser Balloon Rally is almost here, and organizers say volunteers are still needed to make it all take flight. Plus, make a difference with your license plate. Washington is offering a new emblem to support suicide prevention for veterans and military families. We have those full details coming up in your next half hour, but first, here's your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a potential major delay in plans for a manned moon mission. A report in Space News says the lunar lander version of SpaceX's Starship could be years late due to an issue with systems used to refuel in orbit. As of now, the mission is planned for 2027. NVIDIA is making a $100 billion investment in artificial intelligence, buying into a deal with OpenAI, the parent company of ChatGPT. Two companies will expand AI systems on a grand scale, building new data centers requiring up to 10 gigawatts of power. That's roughly enough to power 8 million homes. And finally, a really big TV with a huge price tag. It's from Hisense and measures 136 inches, which is over 11 feet. Some retailers are now playing up a $50,000 discount, which brings the price down to about $100,000. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Elizabeth Schulze. Have a great day.
Mopping is hard work, but I thought it was the only way I can get my floors truly clean. And then I tried the Swiffer Power Mop and realized I can get cleaner floors without the extra work. It has a built-in solution that breaks down dirt on contact, and the pad's hundreds of strips scrub away sticky messes, even from grout lines. Okay, Power Mop. Plus, its 360-degree swivel head cleans up along baseboards and even behind the toilet. So ditch the bucket and all the hard work that comes along with it with the Swiffer Power Mop.
At Marshall's, our buyers hustle 24/7, so you never have to compromise on quality or price. Who said expensive taste had to be that expensive?
I'm impressed. Let's talk numbers.
We get the deals, you get the good stuff.
Your record label is taking off, but so is your sound engineer. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, break down that 3-degree guarantee. It definitely had a little fall vibe in the air yesterday.
Definitely, especially if you were in the shade, like in the late afternoon with a little bit of a breeze picking up. Felt quite nice. So yesterday, it went with a forecast high of 74 in Pasco Tri-Cities. It verified at 75. So
good job.
The jackpot, thank you very much. So the jackpot went up to $275. So for today, going with a forecast high of 80 in Pasco Tri-Cities. If it verifies between 77 and 83, the jackpot's going to hit $300. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to AppleValleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, bottom line for the forecast, hazy sunshine sticking around through Wednesday at least, but some of that could clear out with the winds picking up on Thursday. High temperatures staying between 75 to 85 for lower elevations over the next week. Right now, you're taking a live dark look at Richland. This view coming courtesy also of our good friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. This morning, temperatures in the 40s and 50s out there. All of us need some sort of light jacket, but it will be t-shirt weather a little bit later in the day. Your hourly forecast on this Tuesday for the Tri-Cities, hazy sunshine all throughout the day. And for the warmest part of the day, we'll end up around 80. In fact, all lower elevation spots can end up around 80, a few degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. But I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this terrific Tuesday forecast, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. We begin this half hour of news with local education, where across the U.S., a lot of school districts do struggle to find enough bus drivers each year. But for a few districts in central Washington, that could be changing. Walla Walla Public Schools has been able to stay fully staffed by hiring retired workers from other job fields and by hosting potlucks and other events for drivers as well. The Kennewick School District spent the summer recruiting drivers, which has decreased the number of vacant bus routes to just 2.
Having 2 open routes is pretty exciting, and we currently have 9 people in our training class to become bus drivers who should be ready to go by the end of October.
Most districts, though, are still looking for more drivers, and applications can be found online. 533, turning now to local living, where people in Prosser have their eye on the sky. The 36th annual Great Prosser Balloon Rally is getting ready to take flight. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia tells us what it takes for these hot air balloons to take off and how you can be a part of it.
Before you get to see your favorite balloon up in the sky, Morgan Everett, the Great Prosser Balloon Rally chairman, says there's a few things he needs to check off his to-do list.
Just doing normal preparations. It's just, we're organizing the balloon list, organizing the field, setting up the field, organizing the logistics of it, the stage, the sound system, the porta potties, parking, laying out the field where the balloons are going to be at. And that kind of stuff. Then setting up banners and all that kind of stuff is what it comes down to.
Everett says if you're looking to be a part of this annual event, it's not too late to lend a hand or two.
Yeah, so we still need crew volunteers who will come down. They help with the balloons. Basically, they'll help set up the balloons, take them out of the trailers, lay them out. Basically, the pilot will give them directions, holding up the lines while they inflate, putting the balloons in there, and then they chase the balloons, and then they land and then help put the balloons away.
For more than 3 decades, people have been coming from all across the country, not just balloon enthusiasts. It's an event the entire family can enjoy for free all weekend long, and it can ignite a passion for ballooning at a young age. He says if you're thinking of volunteering, you must at least be age 16 and up. This is for safety reasons.
We especially need volunteers on Friday. Because we don't have as many people, and a lot of people are working, so we have more people available on Saturday and Sunday, but we definitely need volunteers on Friday. But basically, just need to be able to help take a balloon in and out, so there's some physical work for that, but that's pretty much what it is, and follow instructions.
If weather allows, the balloons will take off this Friday near the Prosser Airport. Reporting in Prosser, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
Such a fun event. I've been a part of it before, and it's just a spectacle to see all those balloons in the sky. So if you're interested in becoming a volunteer, you can visit Apple Valley News Now, our website, for more information. All right, talking state news now. September is Suicide Prevention Month, and the Washington State Department of Licensing is hoping to raise awareness about prevention programs. So now you can buy a 988 Lifeline emblem for your license plate for just $18. DOL says that the money will support the Veteran and Military Member Suicide Prevention Account, and that provides resources to at-risk veterans, military members, and their families. Adding this emblem can be placed on any license plate type. For the purchase link, you can head to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. And making a difference this morning, Girl Scouts from Troop 2001 stopped by the Fish Community Food Bank in Ellensburg to help support the Birthday Bag Project. Take a look. On Saturday, the girls, along with their siblings, assembled these bags, even filling plastic bags once supplies dwindled. Well, the food bank says the troop organized everything and carefully chose the gifts. If you'd like to help keep the project going, they say they are low on cake mix, frosting, birthday bags, and party supplies. Good kids doing good things. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Think allergies only hit in the spring? Think again. Fall pollen is still in the air, and it could be wreaking havoc on your sinuses right now. Well, now I know what my issue is. It's seasonal allergies. We have tips coming up in your Health Minute on how to keep those at bay.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
107 days that changed her life. The shortest presidential campaign in modern history. Now, former Vice President Kamala Harris. Her new book. What don't you know about her run for the White House? What happened behind the scenes? And what's next for her? This morning, she's live on GMA.
This is Alan Brecky from Alan Brecky Law Offices. There's lots of memories and stories that go with all these old files. That experience is so valuable and has taught me and my firm how to do what we do best. Protect public safety. And that's experience you can trust.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Whoa. New Swiffer Mop Deluxe is made for small spaces. For clean, even Mom approves of.
That's new.
Just grab a pad and go. The built-in solution traps dirt and locks it away.
Wow, still white.
The upgraded strip has 75% more scrubbing power.
Still clean.
And with the new locking head, getting into tight spaces is simple.
Can I borrow it?
The all-new Swiffer Mop Deluxe, the mother of all cleans.
At More Furniture, the biggest sale of the year starts now. We're making room for the largest arrival of fresh styles and features in over a decade. Cozy living rooms, relaxing bedrooms, and elegant dining sets. It's all in stock and on sale. Right now, with a minimum purchase of $14.99, get your choice of free white glove delivery or we'll pay your sales tax. Don't wait. Shop early, beat the rush, and save big. Only at More Furniture, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
In the heart of Yakima Valley, a battle is brewing. 13 times they have battled, and 13 times legends were born. Now, the legacy continues as Clinch Fight Club returns to Legends. Saturday, November 8th, witness a night of heart-pounding action as the area's toughest warriors step into the cage. The lights go down and the energy explodes inside Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish, Washington. Get your tickets today at legendscasino.com. Clinch Fight Club 13. Don't miss it.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts, sponsored by Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, supporting Bikes for Tykes, giving away bikes and helmets to area kids. Click Bikes for Tykes at applevalleynewsnow.com to see how you can help.
This is Alan Brecky from Alan Brecky Law Offices. There's lots of memories and stories that go with all these old files. That experience is so valuable and has taught me and my firm how to do what we do best, protect public safety. And that's experience you can trust.
Dancing with the Stars returns as the night's most watched show.
We are in for another record-breaking season. That wasn't good. It was great!
Dancing with the Stars, live tonight on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off Kittitas County, where it will be a little bit breezy today in the Cascades. Some of those gusts out of the south and east between 15 to 20 miles per hour. So I would imagine that would not help out with containment efforts of the Wildcat Fire, the Labor Mountain Fire, or the Lower Sugarloaf Fire. In terms of temperatures, be a few degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year, mid-70s up towards Snoqualmie Pass, and around 80 for Ellensburg and for Vantage. Hazy sunshine across the map for today. So in the Yakima Valley of highs around 80, again with that hazy sunshine. Light winds for the valleys, for the basin, for the foothills, and for the blues. In the lower Columbia Basin will be around 80 for the Tri-Cities, closer to 85 up towards the Hanford site. Then for the foothills, the Morrow County foothills is going to be in the upper 70s. The foothills for Umatilla and Walla Walla County is going to be in the low to mid 80s, and then 70s and 80s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. So very nice day to get outside and to enjoy it once again. Okay, here is today's vegetation dryness forecast. And remember, these have all been adjusted for typical dryness per microclimate. Where you're seeing the oranges, that means elevated vegetation dryness. At this point, you're just seeing that in the mountains. So that, we're thankful it's not critically or significantly dry, but still, this doesn't go in favor of our firefighters. Now, what would help would be some rainfall. I'll tell you if we have that in the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Josh. 542, checking out some health headlines this morning. Fall is officially here, and nearly 1 in 3 adults and more than 1 in 4 children in the U.S. report having seasonal allergies. Experts say climate change may make some symptoms last longer and even be more severe. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains why fall can be a tough time of year for allergy sufferers and how to help manage those symptoms.
If you think seasonal allergies only bloom in spring, think again. As the leaves change color, those allergens pollinate and continue to be in the air until the first hard frost.
Fall allergens are still just as intense and can elicit all of the same symptoms.
Dr. Jessica Huey with National Jewish Health says those symptoms can include nasal congestion, runny nose, and itchy, watery eyes. Huey says this season can be one of the toughest times to get those symptoms under control.
Finally, the weather's cooler, so you're going outside, you're doing yard work, you're keeping your windows open in your home. Well, all of these are exposing you to pollens.
To help stop that exposure, Huey says to change clothes after being outdoors. Shower to get pollen off your skin and out of your hair. Keep windows shut as much as possible, especially bedroom windows. Avoid going outside in peak pollen times from late morning to mid-afternoon. Clean the vents in your home and change air filters.
These are all things that not only are great for your home, but can get rid of the different allergens that have kind of accumulated there throughout the year.
And if you're already feeling those fall allergy symptoms, Hui says over-the-counter and prescription nasal sprays can help, as can oral medications like antihistamines.
Just know you have a toolbox and you have strategies to really try to limit the amount of pollen exposures that you have.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And Dr. Hui says to also keep in mind some fall activities can expose you to allergens. For example, going to a pumpkin patch or on a hayride, that can expose you to molds that are found in the vegetation like hay, the leaves, or even damp areas. So heads up. All right, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint, everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning, and giving you that live look outside from our Dust Devils camera in Pasco. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will be back with your full First Alert forecast after the break.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
At Bruce Heating and Air, our technicians are not incentivized by commissions or to find problems. We only look for solutions to keep you cool. Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,650 off on a new Daikin Fit system.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand, right now you can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V.
The federal tax credit ends soon. Now's the time to get a great deal on a Ford Mustang Mach-E or F-150 Lightning. They're perfect for visiting friends across town or road trips across the country. And with the Ford Power Promise, get a complimentary home charger and standard installation. Save big on these all-electric vehicles that are smooth, fast, and fun. The federal tax credit ends soon. Get a great deal on a Ford Mustang Mach-E or F-150 Lightning. Only at your local Ford dealer.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. A lot of hazy sunshine in the forecast once again for today, just like with yesterday. High temperature is going to be a little bit warmer, a few degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. So 70s and 80s for lower elevations and 60s and 70s for both of our mountain ranges. A little bit breezy today in the Cascades. Those gusts out of the south and east, peak gusts between 15 to 20 miles per hour. That will work against firefighters on those lines of the Wildcat, the Labor Mountain, and the lower Sugarloaf fires. But for the rest of us, light winds. Then for tonight, more hazy skies out there. Overnight low is going to be down into the 40s and 50s, so just about as cool as what we're experiencing for this morning. And the wind gusts at this point, thankfully, going to calm down for the Cascades, but could shift over to the Blue Mountains, and that's where things are going to stay for Wednesday. A little bit breezy in the Blues, light gusts for the rest of us. That's going to help out with containment efforts, but then everything gets flipped on its head for Thursday as the wind gust's going to come back with vengeance. Peak gust around 30 miles per hour in the Cascades, 40 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. So I think the winds could help to could work to help out with the overarching smoke situation, but could unfortunately flare up those individual fires burning in the Cascades. We'll see how it all pans out. High temperature is going to go up, going to go down, going to go back up, going to go back down. So in general, pretty seasonal stuff for the next 7 days, if not a little bit above average. And pretty dry forecast. We'll keep it completely dry for lower elevations through Sunday. On Sunday, a little chance of a shower in the Cascades, maybe more widespread rain chances by Monday. We need all the rain we can get. All right, here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Gusty weather comes back on Thursday, hopefully making the skies a little less hazy in the short term. In Yakima, a warm and dry forecast through Sunday, then a 30% chance of rain on Monday. In Ellensburg, winds picking up to around 40 miles per hour on Thursday, then calmer winds into the weekend. In Hermiston, keeping the forecast dry with 70s and 80s through Sunday, perhaps some showers to start next week. Finally, for Walla Walla, keeping those summer vibes through the weekend, maybe a little more like fall with the chance of rain on Monday.
Now, the morning sprint.
5:50, time for your morning sprint, and we start with the top 5 local things at the 5 o'clock hour that you need to know this morning as firefighters continue to battle the Labor Mountain and Lower Sugarloaf fires in Chelan County. Now, strong winds push the flames towards Highway 97, prompting level 3 evacuation orders along Chaser Creek, King Creek, and Culver Creek roads. Also led to a full closure of US 97 over Blewett Pass. Crews focused on strengthening containment lines, they're scouting potential holding features, and they're also protecting structures in nearby communities like Valley High and Camas. A community meeting scheduled at Initat School District to update residents and allow for questions. That meeting will be both in person and virtually. So far, the Labor Mountain fire has scorched nearly 12,000 acres. The Lower Sugarloaf fire has burned over 28,000 acres. Fire officials stressed that aerial support was limited because of those high winds, but ground crews continue to monitor and mop up hot spots as we speak. And a hit-and-run crash early Monday morning near Burbank left 2 people injured. Washington State Patrol says a vehicle traveling eastbound on State Route 124 attempted a left turn when it was hit from behind by another car. The driver of that second car fled the scene. The driver and passenger of that first car, a 52-year-old man and 44-year-old woman, were transported to the hospital. Authorities continue to investigate and are asking anyone with information to contact troopers. And a deadly crash on Highway 12 in Pasco left 1 person dead, several others injured. You're taking a look at video from the scene. The incident involved 2 vehicles, one making a left turn onto Sacagawea Park Road, a second traveling eastbound. Troopers tell us that Tammy Bench, 63-year-old woman, was the passenger in that eastbound car and was pronounced dead at the scene. The westbound driver was charged with failure to yield and was also taken to the hospital. Authorities have told us they do not believe drugs or alcohol played a factor in this crash, and the conditions of the other injured people is unknown this morning. Well, across the U.S., school districts face an ongoing challenge finding enough bus drivers each year, but some districts here in central Washington are making progress. Walla Walla Public Schools has stayed fully staffed by recruiting retired workers from other fields and also hosting potlucks and events to show appreciation for drivers. Meanwhile, the Kennewick School District spent the summer actively recruiting new drivers, reducing the number of vacant bus routes to just 2. Despite those efforts, most districts are still searching for drivers. Community members interested in helping can find applications online through their local school district websites. And the Benton County Sheriff's Office has launched a new online reporting system, allowing residents and businesses in unincorporated areas to file non-emergency police reports digitally. Eligible reports include things like mail theft, firework violations, harassment, fraud, and as long as there are no known suspects or physical evidence. The system walks users through the process and issues a case number once a report is reviewed and approved by deputies. Officials say that the goal is to make reporting crimes more accessible while still allowing people to request in-person reporting if needed. 5:53, taking a look at your national headlines now this morning as President Trump is expected to meet with Democratic congressional leaders this week to try to prevent a government shutdown. The government will technically run out of money at the end of the month. Sources say Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries could meet with the president as early as Thursday. The president has said that he is open to meeting with Schumer and Jeffries, but does not believe that the talks will have any impact on passing a government funding bill. As the clock turns to 5:54, taking a look at your business headlines as chip maker NVIDIA plans to invest up to $100 billion in artificial intelligence company OpenAI. It's a part of a strategic partnership that they just announced. The funding will help OpenAI build data centers to train and run AI models like those that power its ChatGPT. It will likely mean the creation of dozens of new data centers. First phase is expected to come online in the second half of next year. NVIDIA will deliver the funding in stages. The two companies plan to finalize the details of the partnership in the coming weeks. And talking health headlines this morning as President Trump has announced that the FDA will caution doctors about Tylenol use during pregnancy, suggesting that it may raise autism risk. Medical experts, though, stress that the science is not settled. Acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol, is still widely considered the safest option for pregnant women to treat pain or fever. Now, untreated fevers themselves can also pose serious health risks. FDA says it is reviewing safety labels, but notes no direct causal link has been proven. Tylenol's maker strongly disputes any connection to autism, warning the new claims may cause confusion for expectant mothers. 5:55, talking sports as the Las Vegas Aces star A'ja Wilson has been voted as the 2025 WNBA Most Valuable Player. This marks the fourth time Wilson won the award, breaking a new record. Seven-time WNBA All-Star amassed 51 of 72 first-place votes from a panel of sports writers and broadcasters. Wilson was presented with the MVP trophy just Friday. She is the Aces all-time leading scorer. Her jersey was retired earlier this year. All right, trending this morning. Holy Neptune. Today marks 179 years since the planet Neptune was discovered.
That's right. The blue gas giant is almost 4 times larger than Earth. It orbits the sun once every 165 years.
The 8th planet from the sun was discovered by German astronomer Johann Gottfried Galle, and that happened at the Berlin Observatory on September 23rd, 1846. Is it visible in the sky right now? Do you know?
That's like 8 planets away. I'm going to say no, just off the top of my head.
You never know.
I don't know.
You never know.
Go into the Weather Center, check that out. What's your favorite planet? Do you have a favorite?
Earth.
Earth? Okay, I can't. That's the obvious answer. It can't be Earth.
Oh, it can't
other
be
than
Earth. I would say Saturn.
Saturn.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
You like that one?
Yeah, that was going to be my answer, but I'd say either Saturn or Mars because I think that's the one.
Because that's where we're headed?
Yes. In our lifetime, maybe we can make it there, so sure.
Yeah, I think space stuff is fascinating.
It scares me a little bit if I think about it too much, so on to the next subject.
Yeah, exactly. It's so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, Troop 2001, spreading birthday cheer. These Girl Scouts helping the Fish Community Food Bank make sure every child gets a birthday bag. We have that heartwarming story coming up after the break. Plus, from Philly to Paris, an American just won one of the world's top cheese competitions. Can you guess what her final creation was? Well, we have that answer coming up in our 6 o'clock hour as well. And giving you that live look outside from right here at our Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. That looks really pretty.
That's some Mars red up in the sky.
Yeah.
But this is Earth, and I'll have all the Earth weather for you. We have, unfortunately, not a lot of rain in the forecast. I'll tell you how that could impact some of the fires that are burning in the Cascades. That's all going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.